the Storyblok Ambassador program is actually the most mature and most active of all ambassador programs that I was part of.
Hey everyone! Before we jump into this interview, if you would like to know more about our Storyblok Ambassador program, or even want to know how to apply to this program, please head over to storyblok.com/ambassadors. Thanks for joining. Tell me about yourself.
Sure. So, as you mentioned, my name is Jakub, and I work at Storefront as a developer, senior developer. And I'm also a Google developer expert in web performance. Similarly as Arisa, but Arisa is more like web technologies. I'm more into web performance in general. Yeah, and I'm quite active in several communities, obviously including Storyblok as well, specifically Storyblok. So I was really looking forward to this interview. I'm really active in Next framework community, so you can definitely find me there.
I'm so excited to hear about, your activities in the communities, and also what's your experience, with our ambassador program, because you are one of our very important ambassadors at Storyblok. Yes, you are very important ones. And so the thing is, I wanted to ask you, what actually, motivated you to join the Storyblok Ambassador program when you found?
So in my case, it was mainly focused on the fact that I was trying Storyblok out for a few smaller projects, and I really enjoyed it. And then I noticed how active you guys are in all communities, in all events, and I started to meeting Storyblok team person by person, let's say. It's not an easy challenge because Storyblok development team is quite big and quite active in our communities, but I'm trying my best and I'm on a pursuit to meet everyone in person. So, including Samuel, I'm coming for you. So basically, when I discovered that there is a program like Ambassador for Storyblok, I instantly tried to apply because I thought that, well, if I'm enjoying working with one product, why shouldn't I apply to become some sort of an ambassador, like an external DevRel person who would be just working somehow on behalf of Storyblok, just creating content, talking about Storyblok at conferences, at maybe doing some open source activities as well, such as maybe opening some feature requests for the SDK, stuff like that. So when I found out about the ambassador program, I thought that this is like the perfect place for me to go to basically do what I was enjoying before, and I am enjoying it until today.
I'm so glad to hear that you're enjoying, overall, throughout the Storyblok Ambassador program. And additionally, I wanted to ask you, why Storyblok Ambassador program? Because I understand that there are multiple different ambassador, programs, not just from us. So why our ambassador program?
So for me, the most important part was how active you guys are in working with ambassadors. It obviously requires maturity of the company and the DevRel team to be able to work so smoothly with the ambassadors. Because as I mentioned, as an ambassador, you are more or less working as an external DevRel. So you are also producing content, you are building stuff with Storyblok. I noticed that the Storyblok Ambassador program is actually the most mature and most active of all ambassador programs that I was part of. So that's why I am trying my best to be active and to do what I was doing before and do it even more and interact with you guys. This is an amazing opportunity we have today. We have, as I mentioned, Alex behind the screen who just came to us to do this interview, which is amazing for us to meet in person. So really great to be part of it.
Awesome. And hi, Alex, by the way, behind the scene. He's waving hands behind the camera. Yeah, I hope you see that. Yeah, after hearing, why you decided to become an ambassador at Storyblok and how you enjoyed our program and why you chose this ambassador program, I wanted to actually know more about your personal goals in the dev community and how our Storyblok ambassador program can, empower or help you to achieve that.
Sure. So from my side, what I especially enjoy about the ambassador program is how close we as ambassadors can get to you, which are the official, let's say, DevRel engineers from Storyblok, because we have our ideas that if they are not coordinated enough, they will most eventually just die. So if there is someone from your team guiding these initiatives, it is much easier to do something brilliant out of it, because there is the guidance, there is the way where we should go as ambassadors. So I was really looking forward to basically appearing on more conferences with you, because I really enjoyed it and I'm pretty proud to be part of Storyblok Ambassador program. Being able to, let's say, represent Storyblok, even though I'm not part of like Storyblok company, is really what I enjoy. And as I said, being on the same stage with you, for example, today, where you was representing Storyblok, I'm representing Storyblok as the ambassador, not as an employee, as an ambassador. It's what I really enjoy about this part. So
It's definitely, a pleasure for me, like being on the same stage in the same conference with you today. And let's say, like, if I were a user, I definitely want to hear more from the external users talking about, like what they like and what they enjoy about the nice DX, for example, from certain products, instead of someone, like internally, like speaking about it. And now I'm actually like very excited to hear about your talk, which is going to be upcoming in a few minutes. But before, there are a few things I also want to ask you more. So how was your experience so far as an ambassador in our program? Tell us more about.
So for sure it was changing throughout the time, because I noticed, like, I think it was maybe part of for half of this year, where there was a lot of movement around the ambassador program. Previously it was there, it was slowly evolving, but for about few months I see right now there is a lot of movement. There are meetings where we are talking about what we can do together. There are some shout outs as well, where we are just, let's say, promoting each other in the community. So I really enjoyed this part of how this is growing, and I'm pretty sure that next year it will grow even more. So maybe there will be like even teams of ambassadors for each technology, each framework. So which I would really look forward into to have such a thing.
Cool. And maybe it's a bit direct question, but would you recommend a Storyblok Ambassador program to the others?
So I would say it's definitely not for everyone. If you don't like Storyblok, probably it's not a good place to go to be an ambassador, because in some way you are representing the company. So the company, the product. So the idea is that you are sharing a good word about the product, about the company, about the organization in general. So if you are not into this organization, what it does, it's not the best place. However, if you tried it out and you liked it and you want to build something on top of it, like maybe some kind of SDK or plugin or maybe a component library specifically for headless CMS, I would say that the ambassador program is a very good place to go, because you can have the direct contact with you guys, where you can give feedback, whether you can share whether this is a nice idea or maybe you should redirect it in some way to make it better for the users, for the developers. So I would say that if you enjoy working with Storyblok in general, the natural process for you at some point will be to apply to become an ambassador.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing happened to you. I would say a nice thing happened to us as well. And we definitely value your work. And thank you so much for being active in our community and encouraging, the others who are considering or interested in to, join our ambassador program. So with that, I would like to wrap up this interview with Jakub. And if you're interested in to join our Storyblok Ambassador program, please have a look at our storyblok.com/ambassadors. Then you will find all the information, to get you ready to apply the programs. And we are very happy to support you. So hope to see you in another interview episodes. And bye everyone for now.